Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is my Manchester United versus Galatasaray match preview, Champions League match day for Manchester United. It's exciting no matter what current state Man United are in. It's the Champions League. This is one of the most prestigious competitions of all time. So yeah, it's a massive match for Man United. It's very exciting. We have kind of taken a step back following that loss at the weekend, that pretty poor loss where we lost 1-0 at home to Palace. Anderson goal was great. Not going to take anything away from Palace, but considering the fact we beat them 3-0 in the Cup, literally like 4 days before, I'm very surprised at the poor performance that we dropped after that. I mean, after beating Burnley 1-0 away from home and then Palace in the Cup 3-0, I thought Manchester United had turned around their poor start. We could go on a little winning streak. It's similar to what we did last year. We lost a few games, then we just started to win loads in a row. But yeah, it looks like we've taken 2 steps forward and then we've taken 1 step straight back. Because after that Palace game that I went to, everything seemed to click. We looked more of a team. Like everyone was playing the positions right. Everyone was in the right place at the right time. Casemiro, Amrabat looking like a great midfield partnership. They were alternating positions, making sure there were cover at the back. Maguire and Varane were good. Delo was great. The wingers were great. Everything was great. Even Mason Mount picked up an assist and he was great. But yeah, then we played against Palace on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff, and we lost 1-0 at home, and we didn't even score a goal at home in the Premier League. It's just shocking, really. Just not scoring a goal at home it's a low. It's a new low. Although I know we were playing the weakened Palace side in the Cup, it's still like tactically it felt different at the weekend. I know we made a few changes, brought some players back in, so I'm going to go through who I think might need to be dropped for this match. Yeah, stuff like that. What I think kind of went wrong. But yeah, Champions League has got to be a top priority this year. Following that defeat to Bayern as well in the first match week, which I don't think we were that bad in that one. Like, we only lost by 1 goal. We conceded 4, though. That's the problem. The problem was Onana made a mistake. We actually made a great start in that game. First 25 minutes we were great, and then Onana made a very silly error, and then we conceded again like 2 minutes later. Which seems to be a story of Man United over the past few years, really. We score a goal and then no, we don't. We concede a goal, sorry, and then we concede another one like 2-3 minutes later. It's like they lose their heads as soon as we concede 1 goal. The heads drop, which shouldn't be. It should be as soon as you concede, it should be like, right, we're going to try and get this equaliser. It's even when we score a goal, sometimes heads drop and we concede like straight away afterwards. We did in the Bayern game twice. Like, we made it 2-1, then straight away we gave away a penalty. We made it 3-2, and straight away conceded another goal. The mentality of these players is severely lacking right now, but I do believe Ten Hag can turn this around. Yeah, and we've got to respond positively if we wish to get out of the group, because, I mean, obviously, I think quarterfinals is a goal we should set. I mean, I'd love to win the whole thing. I feel like, like Varane said, I feel like there is enough quality in the squad. It's just whether they're all going to click and it's going to work, because we have a lot of good players. It's maybe they're just 2 individual players and they're not going to play well as a team. We'll see, but we must respond positively in this one if we do wish to get out of the group. And these are the matches that us fans look forward to. We look forward to the games against City, the games against Liverpool, the games against Arsenal, the games against Spurs, the Champions League games, the European games. These are the ones that we look forward to. It's one of the most prestigious competitions, the Champions League, and we've got to take it seriously. So, and also these Turkish teams, Galatasaray, they're nothing to mess with. We shouldn't take them not seriously at all. They take their football very seriously, these Turkish fans. Definitely should not be underestimated. So in terms of the players we have available, we still have a few injuries. Wan-Bissaka's still injured. Martinez apparently is out for an extended period of time. Ever since that injury against Sevilla last year, he's really dropped in form, and apparently he's been playing through the injury in the Arsenal game and another game after that. He just needs to take time to recover, rest, and get him back to his best. Because I don't want an injured Martinez playing. We need a fully fit Martinez playing, and a fully fit Martinez is one of the best centre backs in the league. And I don't even care what people say. He definitely is. It's just ever since that severe injury, he's not been the same. So he needs to rest, recover, and get back to his best. And Luke Shaw is still injured, hopefully isn't out too much longer. Reguilon and Malacia remain injured themselves, and hopefully Reguilon will be back soon. I've heard rumours he might be back for Brentford at the weekend, which means we actually only have 1 fit fullback still. But I feel like even with just 1 fit fullback, we have the players. We should still be good enough to get a win here, realistically. But you just never know with Man United. We could very easily lose this game, and if we lose this game, I think it's looking bleak for just getting out of the group. But in terms of Galatasaray, they're actually only without 2 players, Ziyech, who they've recently signed, and Karatas. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. They basically have their full team available. They have a good team as well. They have their left side is very good. Angelino and Zaha on the left side, very dangerous. Obviously, this Galatasaray manager is the same manager who was manager of Istanbul Başakşehir, who beat us 2-1 a couple of seasons ago. Angelino obviously knocked us out of the Champions League a couple of years ago as well. And Zaha just scored his first goal for Galatasaray at the weekend, so he's definitely going to be ready. And in his press conference, he was already talking about how he's not really scared of the Man United team, which is fair enough at the end of the day. We've not looked scary at all. But Dalot is going to have a lot of work to do on that right side, because Angelino and Zaha, I'm assuming, they're going to prioritise their attacks down the left, and it'll be way more dangerous from the left side. Which is why I kind of think maybe Anthony might play on the right to provide more cover, because that's the good thing about Anthony. As much as everyone can slate Anthony, he does help defensively. He's good at tracking back and stuff like that, which is what we need, especially in this one, because that left side is going to be way more dangerous. That's the difference with Rashford. He doesn't really offer much defensively. He doesn't really offer much up front right now as well, but that's not the point. But anyway, my predicted 11, so this is a very interesting one to talk about. So I'm going to go for Onana in goal, but I've heard rumours apparently Bayindir is going to play, which I think's silly. You've got to play your best keeper in the most important matches. It's like we're kind of making the Champions League seem like it's not as good as it is. This is a very important match, so we should play our best goalkeeper. If he's injured, if Onana's injured, I'm going to be very mad with another injury, especially a goalkeeper as well. Then right back, it will be Dalot, because he's the only fit full-back. Lindelof, I think Lindelof or Maguire. So I want Maguire to play this one actually, but I think Lindelof will play it. It would be nice to see Lindelof play at left back, and then we can put Amrabat in the middle. But I'm going to go for Maguire here. This is what I want to see. I'll go with what I want to see and what I think we'll see. So I think we'll see Lindelof, but I want Maguire to play. Varane will definitely play, there's no question about that whatsoever. He's our best centre-back. I always thought he was our best centre-back even when Martinez was at his best. Severely underrated, and he always will go down as one of the most underrated centre-backs of all time. Then left-back, this is the problem, because we don't actually have a fit left-back at the club. Lindelof can play there, also Amrabat can play there. I reckon he's going to go with Amrabat, but I'd like to see Lindelof at left-back, Maguire at centre-back, so then we can put Amrabat in the midfield, so we've got a more balanced midfield. But I feel like he's going to go with Amrabat at left-back and Lindelof at centre-back. Then CDM, I'm going to go for Casemiro. There's no debate there. He's not been the greatest this season, but he is our best CDM. He's also top scorer in the competition, and he's also Man United's top goal scorer this season. So I think that just really shows how we're lacking on scoring goals. But yeah, Casemiro plays. Now the number 8 role is really interesting, because it will either be Hannibal, Mason Mount, Eriksen, or Amrabat. And I think he's going to go with Mount here. But I'd like to see Hannibal play, or if we can put Amrabat here and then Lindelof at left back, that's what I'd like to see. Hannibal's looked great when he's played, I think. He's providing a lot of energy. He's running, I think he ran the most in the game against Burnley since 2019, the player, which is really good to see. He's fighting for his place in the team. He scored a goal against Brighton, although as a consolation, it was good to see him score a goal. But yeah, I'd like to see Hannibal play, but I think Mount's going to play. Then the number 10 role, I think it'll be Bruno. It will be Bruno. I wouldn't mind seeing him dropped. I made a TikTok video with my predicted 11, and people weren't happy with the fact that I dropped Bruno. But I just feel like Bruno, there's a lot of misplaced passes, and if we're just going to keep rewarding failure, I think Mason Mount deserves a game after his good performance against Palace. It's nothing against Bruno. I'm one of Bruno's biggest fans, but I don't think there's any harm in dropping the player every now and then, because it just shows that no one's safe. It's just some players get it too easy, I feel, and they're always going to have their place in the team, which I don't think is how you should run your team. Then at right wing, I think it's going to be Anthony, because Anthony's apparently back now. But I'd like to see Pellistri again, but I think Anthony might actually be the safest option. I know I put Pellistri in my predicted on TikTok, but I think Anthony will actually be better defensively considering that left side that Galatasaray have. So I'm going to put Anthony there. Up front, I want Martial to play, because I think Martial's looked better recently. but I think it will be Højlund that will start. I mean, Højlund does make the correct runs. It's just that Rashford has not been finding them at all. So I'm going to go for, he's going to play Højlund, but I'd like to see Martial there. And then at left wing, I think he's going to drop Rashford. I think Garnacho is going to play, and I want Garnacho to play. Rashford's not been good enough. He's just not been good enough. He's not passing. He's just trying to run through the entire team all the time. And I know he had a good period of good form last year, but he's not been good enough. And like I just said about Bruno, if you're not playing well, you should be dropped. I don't want anyone to be safe, because Rashford, I think, needs a rest right now. I think he needs a break. He's not looking himself. I think Garnacho is perfect for this game. Garnacho provides more. I think Garnacho works harder, and I think Garnacho more of a team player, whereas Rashford is more just, he wants to score the goals, which is good, but it's not going to work when you've got a striker like Højlund in there, because Højlund is looking to get on the end of the crosses, the tap-ins and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my predicted 11 or / 11 that I want. I've just gone through a little debate there, but yeah, I think we're going to win. I think we are going to win. I think we're going to win 2-1. I think it's going to be closer than everyone thinks, but this is a must-win. Simple as that, really. But yeah, this has been my match day preview. I think we're going to win 2-1. That was my predicted 11. Thank you for watching, guys, and on to the next one.